What up, Heart Squad? Today's gonna be a fun one. We are gonna predict the grades that I think the following Pokemon cards are gonna get. I'm gonna go to Beckett Grading Services today, and then later on in this video, I'm gonna reveal the cards. And we got some Charizards, we got some Shining cards. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's way overdue that I do a video like this. Now, if you saw a video from this past weekend, if I ended up posting it, the USPS lost my package that contained my first edition base set Charizard and my Crystal Nidoking, both of them that I pulled in that massive $55,000 Pokemon card video. And up to now, recording this video ahead of time, I still don't know where the package is. So I decided let's go to BGS, or Beckett Grading Services, located in my city, so I can hand drop them off to Beckett and then get the grades within a couple days. So hopefully Heart Squad, you bear with me. Let's go through each card. I'm gonna predict, and you at home can also predict the grades that you think the following cards are gonna get. We'll go to Beckett, and then I'm gonna show you the grades and see if we got them right. So I think you're gonna like the first one, but before we do, if you can, hit the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe to this channel, Heart Squad. I appreciate it. Let's get this video to 6,000 likes. Thank you very much. Now, the first card is this. A Shining Mewtwo from Neo Destiny. Now, this is the one that I pulled a couple weeks ago, and I honestly think, after further glance, that it could get a PSA 10. And PSA is located in Anaheim, California, and I would normally go to them, but because of the lost package and just because I'll tell you a little bit later on, I'm going to Beckett instead. I mean, it's also very close. So I think it could get a PSA 10, but it most likely would get a PSA 9. And I'll tell you shortly why. First off, looking at the front, there are no scratches on the holofoil section of the Mewtwo himself. And as far as no whitening, no scratches on the borders of the card. If you look really close, you can kind of tell the centering from top or left to right is just a tad off. However, from top to bottom, it is perfect, I believe. So the front, for basic purposes, I really think that the front is basically perfect, is almost perfect. Now, I want to gently take this out of the sleeve, and it's best not to use gloves because it's actually much worse to handle it as opposed to just cleaning your hands and going like this. So centering on the back is actually better than the front, believe it or not. No whitening, no scratches at the very top though. You can kind of see it right there. Try to get a little bit closer for y'all. Like right over here in this area, there's a little whitening, and that, my friends, would be the difference potentially of a PSA 10 to 9, because otherwise everything else is perfect, but for Beckett purposes, BGS purposes, I would guess in my prediction for Shining Mewtwo from Neo Destiny Unlimited, because it's not first edition, I think this one's gonna get a Beckett 9.5. The centering could be off and downgrade it just a bit, and then of course one whitening on the back, but I didn't see any scratches closer up or anything. So Shining Mewtwo, I'm going to say BGS 9.5, which would be absolutely fantastic for that one. Next up, you may have seen him recently. That is my Cosmos Machamp card. Now, the other one was given to a Lucky Heart Squad member, and that was the one I pulled from the base set 2 CD-ROM package. This is the one that's still in the packaging. I'm a little iffy on taking it out of the packaging because it is beautiful just how it is. However, I thought I might as well just get this one graded because after looking closer, it really looks like the centering on the front and on the back are pretty fantastic. To where even if it comes back a Beckett 9.5, and that's what I think my grade is, a Beckett BGS 9.5, because no whitening, no scratches or anything, just the centering, I think it would come back a BGS 9.5. And this is the Cosmos holofoil that I also pulled, but it was from a starter deck, believe it or not, like the version 3 starter deck. And it's different from the other Machamps because it has the holofoil pattern in the background. It was just a later print type of Machamp that was only available in what I didn't know, the starter base set theme deck, but it was for sure in that CD-ROM base set 2, which I did the video a few weeks ago on this channel. So this is the Cosmos holofoil one. My prediction is a Beckett BGS 9.5 for that one. Now we got some good stuff. These are from, and I'll just go ahead and show it, a Hidden Fates Charizard GX. Jeremy, and now Jeremy's a lovely, awesome Heart Squad member. He sent the following Charizard cards months ago, but then Beckett closed because of all the stuff going on, so I wasn't able to go. So for this first one is a Charizard GX Gem Mint 10 Shiny variation, Shiny Vault, I guess you can call it. It looks beautiful. Taking a closer look, I honestly don't know how this got a PSA 10, which is making me why I'm optimistic about the rest of these for PSA 10 purposes. Because if you take a look at the centering on the back of this one, from right there, from up and right to left, it's way more blue on up here than it is compared to that side, even compared to right. Same with like the bottom. So this whole side more blue compared to these two areas over here. Otherwise, I don't see any whitening or anything. So I would say this would probably cross over to a Beckett or BGS 9.5, which I'm not going to replace it if it does come BGS. The only way it would, I believe, if it came back, not necessarily a black labeled shiny Charizard, which yours truly got before, but more specifically if it came back a just Beckett 10, which I believe is called Pristine. So this is it, 2019 shiny Charizard GX from the Hidden Fates. My guess BGS 9.5, but when we bring it out of the box, it's probably just gonna be the same because it won't be a 10, but unfortunately for that one. Next up, we have one of the Charizard's Rainbow Rare variation that I have pulled recently. That is this one. Get in focus, please. Charizard and Breaks in GX from Cosmic Eclipse. This card has doubled up in value last I saw, going from like $50 to like, wait, more than doubled up. It was like $125, $150. Maybe even worth more now. But for this specific one, honestly, at this point, I've gotten stuff graded by Beckett, and like you can already tell for this one, there's more side up there compared to there. So the centering's off for this one, and you can definitely tell on the back, more blue space up on the top right, top left, whatever, or top. And then compared to the left and the bottom. So for this one, I would say BGS 9.5, but not a strong one. I would even be more safe to say probably a BGS 9. So for this one, I'm gonna say BGS 9. Unfortunately, I know, I'm so sorry about that, but there it is. Charizard Breaks in GX. But wait, there's more. Probably my favorite secret rare Charizard, the Burning Shadows Charizard. Taking a closer look at this one, I would say, the borders on this one are almost perfect, better than the Cosmic Eclipse one. However, there may be just a bit more bordering at the very top up here compared to all the other sides. Obviously, I would have to look closer for any scratches or anything. When I looked last time, I didn't notice anything bad. But looking over here, I don't see any whitening or scratches on the back. Centering is not as, like, it's fairly good. Like, this is the one that I would say, and I'll put my grade in, prediction, BGS 9.5 for this one. And it would be maybe a strong 9.5. I would be surprised if it came back at 9, but not too surprised. But Charizard GX Hyper Rare Burning Shadows. I don't even know if I put my prediction in for this one yet, but there we go. Is the next one, leading up to the final one. Probably the most difficult Charizard that it has taken me to pull of the newer sets, Reshiram and Charizard GX. The one and only that took me over 4,000 packs of Unbroken Bonds to pull, and I finally pulled it in the library, and then like a day or two later, I pulled it here in my studio. It was crazy. Both videos are on the front page of my channel, but looking at this one, I would say there's more room on the border on the left compared to the right side. Looking at the top to bottom, they look fairly the same. On the back, once again, unfortunately, it looks like top and right borders of the blue are way more than the left and bottom side. Otherwise, I don't see any whitening or anything, scratches or anything on this one. Unfortunately, centering is one of the biggest things, and for this one, I think it would get a BGS 9. I know everything else is like perfect except the centering, which is a big thing. So that being said, they do grade in, I'll talk more about it once we see the results of the first card. They do grade in 4 different ways: the centering, the corners, the surface, and there's another way and stuff, but we'll talk about it more. Those are all the cards. Hopefully you made your predictions. Off to Beckett.
Eventually.
And we're back in the studio just like that. 2 days have passed, and inside this box are the grades of the cards. Now, I purposely did not open up the box because the reaction you are about to see is going to be the first reaction I am seeing the cards, and it makes it a bit more fun doing it that way. But the whole experience was quite different this time around, because the only way that you can go drop cards off at Beckett at the moment is only a 2-hour time span window, only on Wednesdays and Fridays. That is it. The line was pretty long, but I gotta say it was kind of fun because it was awesome to see people that I haven't seen in a while. So hi to everybody that I saw while waiting in line. I did 2-day turnaround time for, I think it was like $60 per card, and I submitted them Wednesday. Right when they opened up at 10 a.m. They were supposed to have it done on Friday when you go pick it up at 10 a.m. I had to wait over an hour with actually a couple subscribers, so it was kind of cool to just hang out with them, but not when it's really hot outside because it's Texas. And finally, over maybe in like an hour and a half later, I finally got the cards. They were not even graded after that time, and I understand because there is just tons and tons of backlog that they have. Apparently, Beckett's website went down for maintenance or just wasn't working. So this time around, I forgive you, but next time, I'm watching, Beckett. But in any case, let's get into it. Let's get into the box, and here we go. I am just gonna grab from left to right whatever we get for the first one. We will see the grade, and I'll tell you what I originally predicted for the grade, as well as more information about it. So the first card is it's the Machamp Cosmos Holofoil, and it's a mint 9. I think I had said that this was gonna get a Beckett BGS 9.5, but what's great about Beckett is you can kind of go through the different types of categories that they have for when they grade a card, and we can, between you and I, we can see for ourselves if we agree or not. That's where y'all can come in. I know it's through video, but let me know in the comment section below if you agree with the grade or not. So it says, we'll go take a look at the categories up close. Centering a 9, edges 9, corners in the surface are 9.5. So basically, I believe if this was a 9.5, it may have come back a 9.5. So all I had needed was a little half point, and it would have been a BGS 9.5. Taking a look at the card, I can partially, I don't know from the front wise. I've seen so many worse cards that have been, centering wise, that have gotten a 9.5. And this has a 9. I don't think the front justifies this getting a 9 for centering, so let's take a look at the back. That looks even more perfect than the front. So I completely disagree with this getting centering a 9. I've seen so many worse cards centering wise. Edges. Edges, edges. I didn't see any whitening on the front. And taking a look at the back, there's literally no whitening on this card, and it got a 9. And there's dust that does get in the actual folding thing, which is really unfortunate. But looking at the card beforehand and looking at it now, I completely disagree with this one. And assuming I sometime make a trip to California for PSA, I will be submitting this grade to this one to PSA. I'm very disappointed with this grade. However, it's not like a super rare card. It's a beautiful card, and it is rare, but that being said, we have more important ones to get to. So that was the first one. Next up, we have a gold label, my shining Mewtwo. A Beckett 9.5, which is what I predicted, I believe. So a BGS 9.5, centering 9.5, corners 9.5, surface 9.5, and then the edges were 9. I'm telling you guys, I don't think it would have made a difference for this one, but the edges should have been a 9.5 as well. You're seeing the centering for this one, got a 9.5, and if that Machamp had gotten a 9.5, this one would have been a 9.5. Like for centering 9.5, it would have gotten overall a 9.5. There's the back. So this guy's pretty sure when I take it to PSA, because I am, it is pretty much going to get a PSA 10. Like, I'm fairly certain it will. I can even try to get this regraded at Beckett. Not that I don't think it would make too much of a difference for Beckett purposes, but for Shining Mewtwo purposes, 9.5, I think the population for 9.5s, this is the 12th one in the entire world. I went and tried to look up prices online. Couldn't find any. There really isn't any that have sold recently or anything, so I would be safe to say this is probably, since it's a strong 9.5, I think, safe to say it's over $1,000. PSA 10s go for over $1,200. This 9.5, which is probably a PSA 10, I wouldn't be surprised. So very happy about the Shining Mewtwo card. And overall, that's fantastic. So those were my two cards. The next cards, the remainder, are those Charizard cards. First up is a Burning Shadows, and it got a 9.5, and if I remember correctly, because it has been a couple days since I recorded the first part, this was supposed to be a very strong 9.5. Let's take a look at the grades, and it says, centering a 10. That is so difficult to get perfect centering, and it got perfect centering. Now look at here, the corners got a 9, so let's take a look at those real quick. Getting closer. Okay, so right around here, it does look like there is some whitening on those for that corner. For the remainder of the corners, I'll let you look, you can pause the video. It's pretty much like that right corner over there. Obviously for the front, it's much more difficult when you're taking a look at the different corners. Surface got a 9.5. Go figure, and edges are a 9.5 as well. So overall, I think I did say it was going to be a 9.5 and a strong one, so we have been correct with 2 out of 3 so far, because the Machamp, I thought I was going to get a 9.5. I know, sorry. So overall, BGS 9.5 Charizards, this is probably worth between $400 to $500, I would think, but don't quote me on that one. So here we go, very nice. That's what I thought, 9.5. Now for the remainers, I'll go ahead and say the Resh. All the remainers, I thought you would either get the Charizard in, was it the Unbroken Bonds Charizard? I think I said it was going to get a 9, and the Charizard in Braixen was going to get a 9.5. It may have been reverse, but otherwise, let's see the next one. Oh, there it is, the Charizard in Braixen. Oh my gosh, this one did very well. Look at that, the edges and the corners both got 10s. If only one of these, centering or surface, got a 10, I believe this would have been a, not black label, because you need all 10s all around, but a pristine 10, which is very difficult to get. Like, Jeremy, congratulations on this one. But let's take a look. So they say for centering is a 9.5. But if you take a look, like, there is more blue up there compared to the sides. I'm telling you guys, I really don't know what's going on in the minds of graders sometimes. Like, you can clearly tell there's way more border at the top up here compared to the bottom down here. And if I've graded cards like this before, and they've had 9 for centering, and this one has a 9.5. It's literally hit or miss, and that is the difference between making so much more money or valuable for your cards, or the grade being different. I know, it's really crazy, and that's a whole nother video that I can do at some time on why that happens. But so there we go. Charizard and Braixen GX has a 9.5. This is a very, very strong 9.5, mind you. And I would say since the card alone is worth like 150, it probably just like doubled up in value and probably would get a PSA 10 based off of this grade. However, you never know with the grades and stuff. So overall, Charizard and Braixen GX from Cosmic Eclipse has a strong 9.5. Congratulations for that one. Now the next one is the Resh. I was gonna say Resh and Zek, but the Reshiram and Charizard from Unbroken Bonds. And this specific card took me over 4,000 packs to finally pull, but this one gets a 9.5 and it's even stronger than the previous one. What is going on here? Wait, this has 3 10s. And again, if the centering was just half a point bigger for a 9.5, this would have been, I guess, a percent. I don't even know how the grades work this time around. Oh my gosh. So, well, yeah, I guess if the centering was a 9.5, then it definitely would have been not Black Label, obviously, but a pristine Beckett 10. And for this one, the edges, sorry about that, the edges, the corners and the surface all got 10s. And the centering, let's take a look at the centering. It is way more border from the top to the right and the left and the bottom. The back, you can clearly tell, centering is from the top right, and I think I said this earlier on in the video, from the top right compared to the left, the centering is way more, it's bordered bigger that way compared to the left side. So there it is, Resh and, I was gonna say Resh and Zek, but there it is, Reshazard, 9.5, the strongest out of all of them so far. Of all of the Charizard cards, this one is the absolute strongest, so that's pretty incredible. Congratulations even more, Germany, for that one. Now, we are going to see with this final card, if the shiny Charizard from Hidden Fates that was a PSA 10 was converted into a Beckett, and the only way that that would be done is if it was into a either Black Label or a Beckett Pristine 10, meaning it got, I think, all 10s except a 9.5 for one of the categories. Are you ready, guys? And please hit that thumbs up button, and hopefully you've enjoyed this. And oh my gosh, it did! Wow, a pristine shiny Charizard has been done. And of course, it's the centering was 0.5 off from getting a 10 and making this thing an absolute Black Label, which mine came back as a few months ago, where the whole thing is just completely black up there, and that's a 10. Oh my goodness. The thing is, it says centering 9.5, but really, if you take a closer look at this, guys, like take a really close look, there's more border on the top and the right compared to the left. Just take a look at that. That's and then taking a look at it from further away, it's clearly way more up there compared to the left. I thought that could have easily been a 9, but it got a 9.5. To each their own, I say, but congratulations. A pristine 10 shiny Charizard. It has been removed from the PSA. I bet Beckett's like, yes, get rid of that PSA. And now we gotta slap the Beckett label on it, which are pretty cool logos, to be honest, I gotta say. So congratulations, Jeremy. There it is. There it is. You got a Beckett Pristine 10, and what a way to end the video. Heart Squad, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Videos over there, click on them right now, watch them, you'll enjoy them. My name is Leonhart, stay awesome, stay positive, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.